Okay, it's the great and glorious Nick Dutch here yet again. Today I'm reading an excerpt from an article on Mail Online, which is a newspaper article. Date Thursday the 11th of June 2009. Here we go. The title of this article is "Could Spiritual Healing Actually Work?" But now, an astonishing about turn. Scientists in the US and the UK have compiled a dossier of evidence that might, just might, show that prayer and spiritual healing are not just quackery after all. Professor Harold Wallach, a parapsychologist from the University of Northampton, says, "We should take this phenomenon seriously even if we don't understand it. To ignore it would be unscientific. Our work shows that there is a significant effect. For despite it being the most widely practiced alternative remedy, science has only recently begun to investigate whether spiritual healing actually works. Scientists and doctors simply assumed that it didn't. One of the first attempts to investigate healing focused on its flip side, the curse. In the late 1960s, US scientists decided to see whether focusing vindictive and negative thoughts on a small sample of mold, chosen because of it's one of the most primitive living organisms, could somehow inhibit its growth. Astonishingly, out of the 194 mold samples cursed, 151 showed signs of retarded growth. Another group of scientists began researching whether thought power alone could be used in a positive way to help diseased animals. Experiments revealed that mice wake faster after a general anesthetic if healing thoughts are sent their way. In other studies, mice recovered faster and more completely from a form of breast cancer if healers laid on hands while sending them positive thoughts and energy. So, if healing helps ailing lab animals, might it also help the sick to recover faster? Surprising as it seems, there's growing evidence that it might, according to cardiologist Dr. Randolph Bird at San Francisco General Hospital. Heart patients who are prayed for by Christian groups need less medicine and suffer fewer complications. Other scientists have found similarly inexplicable results. In virtually every area they have looked, scientists have found evidence that praying for the sick helps them recover faster. For example, studies at the California Pacific Medical Center on AIDS, patients found that they survived in greater numbers, became sick less often, and recover faster than those who are not prayed for. Professor Wallach, a psychologist at the University of Northampton, recently conducted an exhaustive analysis of all the data and came up to the conclusion that spiritual healing really does work. And so we could imply from that we're talking about statistical significance. He is gaining powerful supporters too. Professor Peter Fenwick, a consultant neuropsychiatrist at King's College London, has studied the phenomena and says there are four possibilities. Either we are dealing with fraud on a massive scale, or large numbers are able and gifted researchers are simply wrong, or hundreds of reports disproving healing haven't been published. All these seem unlikely, so we are left with the possibility that the effect is real. Now we need to move on and understand what healing is and how it works, and we're starting to do just that. There we go, it's all there for you. Dean Radin, a parapsychologist working at the Institute of Noetic Sciences in California, is the vanguard of this research. He has found compelling evidence that one person's positive healing thoughts has noticeable impacts on another's mind and body. Radin focuses his work on couples, one of whom had cancer, reasoning that the other's psychic connection would be strongest between people who've loved each other. He trained the healthy partner to cultivate and project positive healing thoughts towards their ailing loved one. To help eliminate pure chance, the healthy partner was asked to send the healing energy at a time randomly chosen by a computer. The results were both amazing and startling. At the precise moment of the healthy partner transmitting the healing thoughts, Remarkable changes occurred in the mind and body of their ailing partner. Their breathing and blood flow increased significantly, while their brain and skin's electrical activity changed dramatically. Clearly, something profound was happening. Patients describing having a warm feeling inside, says Dean Radin. Whether this promotes healing remains to be seen. So even Dean Radin, one of the proponents of this type of science, is still saying there's a lot which we still have to learn about. The NHS already employs healers to help seriously ill and dying patients. Ruth Kane is a healer at the Yorkshire Centre for Clinical Oncology in Leeds. She has spent the past 16 years spiritually healing patients in the NHS. Her aim is to augment conventional medicine and to help eliminate the side effects of such treatments as chemotherapy. The spirit is the missing link that medicine does not address, but it is the key and secret of life, she says. One of my patients described my work as being one part of a three-legged stool. There is the medicine, which is one leg, the surgery, and finally the spirit. Without the spirit element, the stool would fall over. Patients who use things like spiritual healing often use fewer drugs and are less reliant upon antidepressants or sleeping tablets. In short, they are less of a drain on an overstretched NHS. Now, for those of you in America, NHS stands for National Health Service. Jenny Quantrell, who successfully underwent treatment for breast cancer, says she was helped enormously by Ruth. Ruth has a special gift. I simply closed my eyes when she was healing me, and I saw loads of bright lights. It felt as if I was having my battery recharged. I hadn't slept for days, but afterwards I fell into the most wonderful, relaxing sleep. I don't know how it works, but I know that it does. I don't need to understand it. And that's perhaps all the faith you need to benefit from this most mysterious phenomenon. There you have it, guys and girls. That's the scientists talking, you know. That's not just tarot readers like me. That's the scientists talking. I'll leave a link in the sidebar to the article. I think it's that way. And comment, rate, subscribe, and if you don't like it, go to hell.